So today I'm going to teach you how to make this game. It involves a piece of plexiglass, a bunch of pieces of 1.5-inch wood, and a dice. So it's all pretty easy to put together. Let's go to it. All right, so to start this project, I want to prep out some 1.5-inch stock. I already got one piece here, but I'm going to prep out another. So I want my pine stock for the board and the pieces, and then I also want my wobbly bendy part of the board, so that's going to be plexi. Both 1.5-inch to make it simpler to produce. All right, and now I got my stock prepared, I can go and begin working on the next step. For the next step, I'm going to want to cut the piece that will become my board. So taking my 1.5-inch wood stock, I am going to measure out 12 inches, and I am going to cut that 12-inch piece right here on any kind of saw that can cut a 90-degree angle, whether that's a hand saw, or a chop saw, or whatever. So that will become our board, and it should be the same size approximately as your plexiglass. Got my plexi, I got my board, and be ready to go. Okay, so next you need to cut 1.5-inch squares. So we can do this on the chop saw here, or with a miter saw, or whatever you want to do, or even on the table saw. And all we're going to do is I'm going to come bring the camera over here so you can see the output. I've put a line on my table saw, or on my chop saw right here, so I know where to stop. I would probably use a stopper block to do this, but I need 24 of these. So I'm going to just time-lapse the rest, but it should be approximately the same size as this, so I might need a little adjustment here. This looks like it's good this way, but it's a little short this way. So I'm just going to take this block right here and make that adjustment. So let's see how we fare this time. Okay, that looks like it's going to be good. I'll make 24 of these. All right, so just to show you, I've got the blade tilted at about a 30-degree angle right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut about an inch in at a 30-degree angle to make a groove for that plexiglass to go into. The blade height is maybe a 1/4 inch up on the table. Need my miter here. I have a mark on my saw that I'm butting the end up to, but like I said, it's going to go in about an inch. So here we go. It is important that these are symmetrical. So as we can see now, I got my 2 cuts symmetrically from the end, and this is where our piece of plexi will go in. Now the piece of plexi should be about the same length as the board. Mine's a little short, that may be an issue, we'll see. And we slide in the one side, and I bend, and I see if I can get it into the other side. It looks like it's going to go. It might need a little bit of help, but it looks like that 30-degree angle is the ticket. So a little bend on both sides, and then the pressure of just putting it in there should hold it. So there we go. We got our board ready to go. The pieces are nice. If you were fancy, we could put some trim here so we couldn't see this cut. But it should be a pretty symmetrically balanced board from here on out. So that being said, the next part is to do the layout on it. So let's go do that. So the middle zone of this board right here, you can't put any pieces in it. So you want to make sure when you're doing the middle part of this board here that we mark it off appropriately. So what we're going to do is I'm going to measure to find the middle. I should be doing this with a pencil, but I don't have one on me. So for the sake of the video, I'm not. So the middle of this, since it's 12 inches, should be 6. I'm just going to put a little dot there at 6. And then we want 1.5 inches on either side of it as a safety zone. So that's going to be 3/4 from this side and 3/4 from this side. So 3/4 on either side of the 6. And we're going to take a square, which most squares have 1.5 inch blade, and put them in. It should meet up on those dots. And when it does that, you should be able to just scrape out your 2 lines. This is the safety zone where pieces will not be able to go. And once you get that on there, it is all a matter of sanding and finishing to get a nice looking product. And you know what? I'm not even going to go over that because we already cut our blocks. We got our blocks cut here. Everything else at this point is sanding and finishing. So I could put that in a hyperlapse video I make of this, but pretty much from here on out, you count your blocks. Make sure we have 12 each. And then we can start doing our balance thing. And I will make another video to go over the rules of this game.